Good morning, Flosstube. It's Lisa Smith, Kindred Stitcher. Today is April 12th. Welcome to my channel. It's a channel about cross stitch and just life updates. Some crafting, although I've been so darn busy lately that I haven't done much else. So today I want to talk about things I've worked on and maybe give you a few life updates. People do ask about the house. Where's my little notebook? Here it is. I'm like, what am I talking about today? My friend Renee and I took a lamp class. It was by a company called Art Masterclass. And we went up to Portland, and the people who run the craft event rent out a facility like a community center. And there were probably 50 people in there. It was very well run. It was super fun. I want to do more of this type of stuff. It is basically a globe. I signed up for the votive candle class, and I saw the other options, and I upgraded because I was like, oh, I want to make one of those. So they sell you a kit and provide you with the beads, and you basically glue the beads on to the globe, plaster it, and it's a lamp. I haven't plastered it yet. I just haven't had time. So I'm going to drop a few pictures in here of the finished products, and maybe my friend Renee and we had a great time. Then the next time we meet, I'll probably have the light done, and I'll just show you what it looks like. So here are some pictures of that event. We just had the best time. It was great to get out, be in the community, doing some different things. It was a blast. Then the following weekend, my mom and I went to the Tulip Festival in, it's in Woodburn, Oregon, and the backdrop is all farmland. Mount Hood can be seen in the distance. It was a gorgeous day. We got there early enough. You actually have to buy tickets now online and show up during your designated window. So we went at 10. We did our tour. We saw the things. I bought one thing of tulips, and I also bought this cute mug. Isn't that adorable? So Mom and I both bought that one. And then we just did some antiquing. We went out to Silverton, Oregon, and I'll show you a few things that I bought there. After that, I worked, and the work has been ridiculous. Quite frankly, it goes along fine, 8 or 9 hour days, no big deal. And then it's like, 12 hours, 14 hours. It just was crazy, very intense. So hopefully that calms down. Then on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of this week, we went to the beach, and my in-laws had to get together. My sister-in-law and brother-in-law rented a house in Seaside, Oregon, and picked up my mother-in-law, and then my niece and her husband and their son came. We just played cards, and we went shopping, and we walked on the promenade, and we played touch football. It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Then, one other thing, my roommate from college and my sister and I went to one of my roommate's coworker's house. Her mother had passed away and was a big quilter. So she had a pre-sale, the estate sale, and I bought a bunch of stuff. I could have bought more, but I just was like, it was so inexpensive. It was so inexpensive. And it was like new materials. So I'll show you some of that stuff later on. All right, so what have I been stitching on? Well, let me tell you. the thing I've been stitching on the most, and I showed this on Instagram, is something I hadn't chosen. I hadn't expected to work on, I should say. I chose it, obviously, because it didn't just, there was no required stitching. It was my choice. But it is Faith, Hope, Love, Faith, Hope, Peace, Love by Teresa Kogut. Now, I like this, but I did change some things in here. And I started this, I don't know, like 2021, maybe 2020. I'm stitching this on eucalyptus, and I think I showed you in the last video where I was, but I have just kept going on it, and I love it. This is, I'm sorry, this is getting blown out a little bit because I'm right by the window, but this is 40 count Fox and Rabbit eucalyptus fabric. The threads, I changed the greens, the reds, and I think one of the browns. But other than that, it's all the rest of the browns are the same color called for. And this light khaki is the same too. One of the biggest things I did is, you can see the pink flowers on her chart are the color of the house on the chart. So the stitched model on the chart is much more like primitive, monochromatic, all medium values, and it gives it a look. Well, I wanted this to pop more, so I definitely intensified the colors, and they needed it on this piece of fabric. If I'd stitched some of the colors that were more primitive on this fabric, it absolutely would have been lost. So, sorry, I have to keep it up. It's like an arm exercise. But I love the way this turned out. Once I'm done with it, I'll just kind of walk you through the color changes that I made and where I changed colors completely. I did do something different on this house. I alternated stitching a row of cross stitch and then maybe 2 or 3 rows of a satin stitch. So I gave it a clapboard siding. That's what it looked like anyway. So that was the biggest thing I worked on. I worked on that for over a week. I didn't work on this, but I just love this so much. I have to show you again. This is one of my favorite samplers that I think I've ever stitched on. This is Susan Rambo. You can buy this through the Sampler and Antique Quarterly DVDs. There's patterns in there, and also Crosspoint Designs reproduce this. So I need to get to work on that. My goal is I hope to finish that this year. I'm going to change the squirrels. They're crazy. They're the way they're charted. They're just, when Susan stitched them, she went crazy on it. And I don't really want that on my sampler. And then all of her family names I'm going to change to my family names. So that's the way I roll on that. Hopefully this seems like it's going to be a shorter video. I did work on Mary Ann Kopp. I don't know why I forget her name half the time. Mary Ann Kopp by 18. This is by with Fine Needle and Thread. This is Mary Ann Kopp, 1839. Jeez, words are hard. I bought this from, I don't know why I've got a Colorado cross stitcher. Maybe I bought it from Sherry. Or I think I bought fabric from Sherry. That's what I did. This is Ballet Slipper is the fabric that I bought. Yep, sure enough, Ballet Slipper. I don't remember where I bought the chart. I am stitching this, and I did work a little bit on this. This is on Ballet Slipper, like I said, from Fox and Rabbit. The colors are fantastic. It's not a Q-snap. I'm not going to take it. I'm just going to show you what it looks like on the Q-snap. So I did take a break. I think I came up, I had to take some of this out that I had stitched in the wrong spot. I've done a lot of the grass, and I've done the path. Got that, I'm ready for fill in there, and I've started doing some of the trees. So this has a lot of green in it, and I do find myself getting a little bit tired of stitching green. So I do go back and forth between this chart and other whips, because until I get into a house, it feels very green right now. That's where I am on Mary Ann Kopp. And the last one that I worked on was, and I did just a smidge of this. I didn't do a whole lot of anything. This is Fragments in Time 2023 by Stonehouse Stitchworks. Summerhouse Stitchworks, sorry. Beautiful colors. I worked a little bit, so when I was at the beach, I worked on this a little bit, but let me tell you, it's difficult to chit-chat at a family get-together and stay on task. I think I did just a little bit down here is about all I did since the last time I showed you this. It's so pretty. It's so, here, I wonder if I change sides if that will help. Maybe that helps a little bit. The colors are just luscious in this. I absolutely love stitching on it. It goes pretty quickly. I don't think it would take too much longer for me to until I finish this one. I have 3 more squares to do and then some borders. So that is the last thing I worked on. I didn't have any finishes. I'm kind of this year just stitching on whatever I want to stitch on. And if it gets to a finish, that's great. If it doesn't, that's okay too. I'm just not worried about it. So I feel like I got so much stuff here. Let me just rearrange this and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. And you guys, I cannot wait until my house is built. I mean, it's been, I feel very fortunate, super fortunate, but I long for space. I long for space. And it's coming. It's just not coming very fast. The electrical is mostly done. There's a little bit of framing odds and ends that Todd needs to do. The HVAC guy is coming this week. It's coming along. But I am looking forward to having some space. All right. Let's talk about some things, some plans, and some giveaways. Okay, so these are giveaways from last time. And this was actually the time before last. This is Trucking Along April from Stitching with the Housewives. And that person who won that before, I haven't heard from you. The rest of them have gone out in the mail. Is Sonia K 2865. So if that's you, please look at my email address in the drop-down box. Send me a note where to send this. Then the Liberty sampler by the City Stitcher. The winner of that is Peg Hansen 9310. And the winner of the Queenstown sampler, Elizabeth Powell 1819, is Carol Hensley 5504. So please get a hold of me via email through the email box in the drop down. All right. All right. What can I tell you about? Well, this came in the mail. Isn't this beautifully packaged? This was a pre-order. I only did this pre-order and a board from Chantel's. I bought a few things since Market, but this was a Market pre-order. My friend Lori, textilist, she stitched this, and I think she's getting ready with some other friends to do a finishing day on working on that together. So go check out Lori's channel to see how she's doing on her finish of that. I also did pre-order some Cactus Wren because Tanya from the Scarlet House showed it, and I thought, ooh, I don't have any fabric that looks just like this. And so that's beautiful. I bought that, and I think this is a fat half. It is. Maybe I'll show you a bigger swath of it. It's kind of a army green color. Army green. It's got some gold undertones and green. Quite different. Quite pretty. The day I went to the lamp class, I went to Acorns and Threads and picked up, I was just killing time, but I bought a piece of the Miss Crescent. Now this is, she's not dying. She was dying, that she didn't die after a little while. It just didn't work out, I think, for her. This is Miss Crescent's Crown Linen 46 count Madeline. This is gorgeous. It's just a very buttery, yummy, yellowish color. So would be great for a lot of spring designs. And the Vintage Hair by Cherry Blossoms. Look at how adorable this is. Isn't that so sweet? the day that Mom and I went to the Tulip Festival fields, I'm not sure what you call it, and we went antiquing, I picked up a Tidy Made. When I see these, they're usually pretty inexpensive at antique stores, and I try to buy them if they're not, if they're not too much. I think this is less than $10. And the 103 spools fit on that. And then I bought the cutest little oil tin can. And this would be cute for a tiny little stand-up. Just put it on there. I've got plans. I don't always execute, but I have plans. I picked up some fabric from Number 12 Stitch Company. She's just such a great job. I love, love, love her fabric. And let me show you what I'm going to put them on. Okay, so this one I didn't have before, I don't think. This one is Regency, and it's a very nice, it's almost like straw from Weeks. It's a little bit richer than what's showing on the, it's a little bit blown out on the, what you're seeing. And I'm going to put on this Stitches Be Sweet by Jeanette Douglas. I have the threads, all the threads now between what I had and what I had to buy. So Stitches Be Sweet is going on this. And then also, I haven't decided, Anne McFarland, I might also put on that. Because I have this one. Kindness Makes Friends, which I love, 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 from Kitten Stitcher. Shakespeare's Peddler. That one, and from Number 12 Stitch Company, I bought, I want to say this might be called Flax. What's this called? Oh, Aged Flax. It's a great neutral. And her fabric has just a really nice, soft quality about it. Really, really enjoyable. And then the last one, oh, and these were the threads for, I think I might have switched a couple. I think I pulled something that was comparable. Maybe I didn't have a couple of the threads for that one. And the last one is really, this is gorgeous. I think this might be my favorite. French Pear. It's a very, what would I call this? A soft green. It looks like you can make like a linen dress out of this. It's gorgeous fabric. And I have been looking for something like this to stitch this chart on. Let Love Reign. And I'm going to do a conversion. But I've been wanting to do it on a light, light, light pale green, almost a celery color fabric. So that is a future start as well. All right, so I mentioned that my roommate from college, her co-worker's mom had passed and she was a quilter. So she had a ton of books, a lot of kits in like art bins. She had fat quarter bundles. Yeah. So, and there was a couple of quilters that had beat us to the punch and got there first. But I went through some books and some boxes of books and picked some out. So this one is Edita Sitar from Laundry Basket Quilts, my favorite quilt designer, a quilt fabric designer. I might have this book. I'm not sure, but it's like new and it was 50 cents. So I bought it. Also, this is one of my favorite Christmas books. 'Tis the Season. This has been released for probably 20 years now. I made a pillow out of this, and I have plans to do like all of these. I bought this to give to my sister. Also 50 cents. Little Joe's Favorites. My friend Lori, a huge Joe Morton fan. I don't think I have any of these little books. These are small quilts, like miniatures or smalls. And Little Joe's Favorites too. I mean, I need to retire. I need to retire. I say that every video. Celebrate with Quilts, Lisa Alexander and Susan Aki. Carol Saltbox showed this, I think, on one of her videos. And I want to say at the back, Oh, look at this one. Oh my gosh. Wowza. Oh. Huh. Put a bookmark in this. Remember this quilt. Because I got some other stuff. Hold on. Okay. She had one bin that had a bunch of blocks done, and I think it's for that quilt. What are the chances of that? I was thinking about making these into project bags. Isn't that cute? But I think these look like they're from that quilt. I don't know. Maybe they are. Probably could make them out of that. She liked butterflies. These are some butterflies were fussy cut, centered on there. She's got a lot of them done. Like me, they're imperfect squares. This one definitely looks like it was in there. Remember seeing that one? This one. Kind of looks like she used maybe some French General fabrics in here. Just kind of a nice collection of different fabrics. There's a lot of blocks. There will be a ton of project bags. Look at this. Isn't this cute? Lots of little pieces in here too. All right. I'm on a mission now. I need to see if that's the same, if that belongs to that pattern. If it does, that was Providence, because quite frankly, I was just picking stuff out. That was in an art bin, one of those plastic, one of these. I call them art bins because that's the main manufacturer that I know of. Anyway, so she just had those by themselves. They weren't in that book. I just happened to pick up that book. I don't know. We'll see. All right, so a few other books. Art to Heart. I love Art to Heart. Look at how cute that Santa quilt is. It's so cute. Home for the Holidays, Quilts and More. This is Sherry McConnell and Chelsea Stratton. Gorgeous quilts. Yeah. And then Great Granny Squared by Lori Holt. I've been wanting to collect Lori Holt books. So when I found that she had some, I bought them. Vintage Christmas. Perfect. Perfect. Farm Girl Vintage. And Farm Girl Vintage 2. I did not have these. I don't know why I didn't have them. I think God was saying, just wait. I'm going to put you in touch with somebody who's got them. So I waited. I had picked up some Lori Holt trim. And this X-Acto knife. Okay, so my X-Acto knife has bit the dust. I think my husband found it and started using it. I found this little X-Acto knife set. And if you're a crafter, you love little things like that. Most likely. Most likely. I picked some Aurifil Prim Aurifloss. And I think I might already have this, but I'm not sure. Isn't that pretty? Be great for embroidery. It's like a pearl cotton almost. I picked out another art bin and it had this pattern. Now, I probably won't make these for, well, first of all, this was a block of the month. So I don't have, it's unlikely that I have all the blocks. I definitely do not have all the patterns. Peaceful Baskets Quilt Along. So Sampler is the, so I'm missing stuff. But the fabric line, oh my gosh, there's a ton of fabric and it's gorgeous. Okay, what line is this? Let's see. It looks, it's a Moda. Oh, what's her name? It's part of it is cut off. Let me see if I can find it somewhere else on the salvage. Hold, please. This looks like the line is, Camille Ross Kelly, and this says Ralph Waldo Emerson. It has a saying by him on the selvage. So I don't know if that's the name of the line. I don't know. But there's big chunks of fabric. I was like, yeah, I probably will make something else and not make whatever, try and find the block of the month patterns. But there's this blue. It's very nautical looking. A soft floral. Another geometric floral. A polka dot. A white on white polka dot, which is very versatile. A white with blue polka dots. A green stripe check. I don't know. Light blue with white polka dot. Light blue, a couple light blues. And then an array. I don't know, but I love the colors on this. Love them. And I got pumpkin patch wall hanging. This is Shabby Fabrics. That's how Shabby Fabrics finds me everywhere. I love Shabby Fabrics. Isn't that a beautiful kit? And there's pre-cuts in there. So that was worth $10 I paid for it. A Jolly Bar. This is Fig Tree & Company. I love this Christmas collection. And I think this is the last thing. Acorn Love, a quilt kit. Now, this is by, this is Lori Holt. And it has fabric. I don't know if this is a called for fabric or not. It has a bee plaids. She looks like she was going to do it more in red and white. Like this is maybe part of the acorn, but some of this is a different line. She looks like she had a different colorway in mind. Okay, so it was an eye-opener. I bought stuff, but then I realized I need to get things sewn. I need to get going on my sewing because I don't want to leave this for my family. It's easier to have a quilt to decide what to do with than half-done quilts. Piles of fabric. So the last, one more kit I bought from her. This, I think, is an entire kit. Bliss Quilt Along Fig Tree. Oh, maybe I don't have all the blocks. I bet I could find them though. We'll see. This is the pattern. And this is the fabric line. I don't know how old this Bliss is. So here's the neutral, that's the background. And a green, red and white, kind of a fun little floral. This aqua floral. Looks like it's the same floral, different colorway. And like a stair step pattern. Oh, I love this. This looks like cross stitches. Pretty neutral. And then again, kind of a bunch of in that line. So I'm not sure, if I don't have all the patterns, I can't find the patterns, I'll just make it with something else. Stuff that we'll put to good use. All right, so one last thing. I try not to buy on Instagram Reels because, well, first of all, I've had bad luck. It's usually a Chinese company that sends me the wrong thing. It takes forever. So if I see something I like on Instagram, I'll go look on the World Wide Web, or I'll go to Amazon and see if it's something I can buy locally or American if possible. But I saw, and this might have been on Etsy. Maybe it wasn't on Instagram Reels. Anyway, the Jane Austen 250-year anniversary is this year. And so there's quilts, kits that are available. There's tours. It's just everything Jane Austen comes across my social feed. So I found these Cranford collection of Jane Austen's books. And I was like, oh, where have I been? How have I not seen these? And when I was poking around, they were way too expensive. I'm like, I'm not buying them. And then I found them in England. It must have been overstock, or I'm not sure what it was, but I bought the whole collection for like a quarter of the price, and it was expedited free shipping. So how can I not buy them? These are gorgeous. This is Pride and Prejudice, Love and Friendship. And it's got the wrapping on it, so it's going to be a little bit glary. Sorry about that. Look at this one, Sense and Sensibility. Oh, Emma. This one's also gorgeous. And this one, Northanger Abbey. Look at the tree. And the spines are beautiful too. Lady Susan. This is a repeat, I think, of another one. The design on the picture in the front. Also, Mansfield Park is a replica of Pride and Prejudice, a different color book. And then Persuasion. I didn't even know they were arriving. And my husband put it on my chair in here. I'm like, what is this? And he goes, oh, it says something about books. And I was like, oh, they're here. Anyway, so what else is going on? It's April. I'm trying to do taxes. I mean, I just really hate this time of year when it comes to paperwork. But I got to get that in line and get it done today. And then next weekend is Easter. I think my mother-in-law is going to come over. I'm going to go get her, and she's going to stay the night. And we're going to church, and the boys will be here on Easter Day. And then in May, we're going to the Farm Girl Retreat and going to Country Sampler. So there'll be a week of travel there. And then I come back for a few days, and Todd and I are going on a vacation to a place called Wallowa Lake. It's like the little Swiss Alps of Oregon. And then it just seems like it's going to be even busier. We have a graduation. We've got a wedding. We've got another wedding in September, one in June. A trip to Crater Lake in July. A family reunion in August. And we're building a house, and I work full time. So no wonder I don't get as much done as I think I should. Well, it's been lovely to see you. Thanks for coming back. Thanks for letting me hang out and wait for a few weeks before I shoot a video. It's just much better if it's, when it gets really busy, if it's a 3-month interval. So I will talk with you next time. Take care. Bye.